in Hollywood.
Well, I couldn't have done it without three other boys from Liverpool. I'm sorry, that's Paul McCartney's speech from last Thursday. I want to thank, first of all, I want to thank Nancy Cartwright, who channeled a 10-year-old troubled boy the day I met her in 1987. And here's a secret about the show. Whenever we run into a spot of trouble, a moment of silence, we just throw in an off-screen voice of Bart Simpson saying, "Ay caramba," and it fixes the joke. Yardley Smith, the voice of Lisa, whose character is the only one who will someday escape Springfield, is, if anything, nicer than her character, if that's possible. And I also want to thank Hank Azaria, the voice of Mo, Apu, Chief Wiggum, and all the rest, and also Superintendent Chalmers. And a couple of years ago, I was at, I want to tell Hank, pay attention to this, I was at Target doing some last-minute Christmas shopping. I checked out the toy section to see the Simpsons toys, and there were only 2 Simpsons toys left. A whole pile of each one of them. 2 figurines. 1, Superintendent Chalmers, and 2, Resort Smithers. For some reason, those did not sell. Hank joined the show on episode 3, by the way, so I always think of him as the new guy. You know, the Hollywood Walk of Fame is full of people who have been on The Simpsons. People who have their own stars have been on The Simpsons. I count more than 100 people who have Hollywood stars who have been on The Simpsons. I'd just like to read a few of the names of some of these celebrities. Steve Allen, James Brown, George Carlin, Johnny Carson, Johnny Cash, Rodney Dangerfield, George Harrison, Bob Hope, Michael Jackson, Jack Lemmon, Ed McMahon, Tito Puente, and Elizabeth Taylor. And those are just the dead ones. And now we are here today. I accept this honor on behalf of the writers, the animators, the actors, and the musicians of Simpsons and Futurama. And I want to give special shout-outs to David X. Cohen, Denise Surcott, Richard Sakai, James L. Brooks, Al Jean, Bonnie Pietola, everyone at Film Roman, everyone at Rough Draft, including especially Claudia Katz and Pete Avanzino, everyone at Bongo Comics, my friend and lawyer, the one who got my signature on all that stuff, Susan Grode, my friend and business manager, Michael Neidorf, and everyone at Fox Network, at 20th Television, and also my father, Homer, who, by the way, my father liked The Simpsons, except he gave me one rule. He said Homer should never be mean to Marge. And so that's the rule we follow. Well, he did get upset one time when we had Marge, we had the car breakdown out in the desert, and Marge had to carry the tire back to town while the Simpsons family sat in the shade, and my father called me up and he said, Homer should never have done that. And I said, you know, he strangles his kid every week. And my dad said, that's okay. I'd also like to thank, in addition to my father, Homer, my mother, Margaret, my sisters, Lisa, Maggie, and Patty, my grandfather, Abe, and my brother, Mark, who I did not humiliate by naming a character after. I also want to thank my wife, Augustina Picasso, my sons, Will and Abe, my daughter, Camilla. And as a Fox executive once said, no network TV show can possibly succeed that has an 8-year-old girl saying the word ennui. I'm not sure what that word means, but I think it must be good. And that, right about now, aren't we all feeling a little ennui? Thank you!